Hello my friend, welcome back to the channel. I put out a few videos starring this beast right here. I picked her up exactly 4 years and 1 month ago, and in that time we've clocked over 64,500 glorious miles together. From epic road trips up north, to cruising down the sandy shores here in St. Augustine, Florida, to even towing my trusty travel trailer down south for some R&R. This Jeep has truly been a faithful companion and has never let me down. Not a single issue in all those miles. Over the years, I've made a few subtle modifications to enhance my Jeeping experience. Nothing too crazy, but things that made a real difference for me. We're talking about the super practical American Adventure Labs cargo shelf that keeps my gear organized and frees up pup space on the floor, the added visibility and style of the Oracle lighting turn signals and mirror lights, the confidence-inspiring Rigid Industries light bar for those late-night adventures, the secure Tuffy tailgate lockbox for peace of mind, and the ever-reliable Warn winch that's pulled me and a few others out of a few sticky situations. Oh, and let's not forget the Daiwa Dynamics rear light bar. The light itself is fantastic, but the mounting solution? Let's just say it wasn't my favorite. But overall, I've been thrilled with every upgrade until the one we're going to talk about today. Now, let's rewind to about this time last year. My 35-inch Mickey Thompson Baja Boss AT tires were nearing the end of their lifespan. I was about to order an identical new set because, honestly, they'd been fantastic. Great grip, looked good, and performed well both on and off-road. Loved those tires. But then, as fate would have it, I met a buddy for lunch. He just picked up his brand new Ford Bronco, and man, those Goodyear 37-inch tires looked incredible. That extra height, that more aggressive, beefier stance, I couldn't help but feel my Jeep was looking a little under-tired in comparison. I remembered those early press videos when the 392 was first launched. Some of those Jeeps are rolling on 37s, and I thought to myself, that's it. That's exactly what my Jeep needs to take it to the next level. Well, as they say, sometimes what you want isn't always what you need. And in this case, those 37-inch Mickey Thompson Baja Boss ATs were exactly what my Jeep did not need. Now, don't get me wrong, there are definitely some visual benefits to the 37s. They do fill out the wheel wells nicely, and they definitely give the Jeep a more aggressive look. But honestly, looking back, this is one of the few modifications in my life that I genuinely regret. I often find myself wishing I could go back in time and just click order on those 35-inch tires. Why the regret? Well, let's get into the nitty-gritty. As you know, the 392 packs a serious punch with the Hemi V8. But going from the 35s to the 37s, there's a subtle but definitely noticeable hit to that exhilarating acceleration. We're talking about a jump in tire diameter of about 2 inches from 35 to 37. Now on paper, that might not sound like a lot, but consider this. The 37-inch tire is also significantly heavier. We're talking about 7 to 8 pounds per tire heavier than the 35s. The 35s tip the scales at around 72.64 pounds, while the 37s come in at approximately 79.94 pounds. That means we've added over 30 pounds of unsprung weight to the 4 corners of the Jeep, plus another 7 to 8 pounds on the spare. That extra rotational mass and change in effective gear ratio definitely saps just enough of that raw power, making the Jeep feel just a tad less eager, especially when you're trying to accelerate quickly or climb steep inclines. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking on this next point. Mileage isn't really a concern if you're driving a 392. And while that's partially true, the drop in fuel economy is there. The larger and heavier tires increase rolling resistance, and the engine simply has to work harder to get them turning. While I didn't buy this Jeep for its Prius-like fuel efficiency, I have noticed a dip of around 1 to 2 miles per gallon since making the switch. It adds up over time, and it's just another one of those little compromises. But the biggest frustration? These darn tires rub. Even with just a little bit of extra cargo in the back, going over bumps or uneven terrain causes them to rub on the wheel well liners. It's not a catastrophic rub, but it's annoying. And the real kicker? I can no longer comfortably tow my travel trailer. The added tire diameter and the potential for more significant rubbing under load have made towing a no-go. This was a significant part of why I love this Jeep, its versatility, and now that has been compromised. So what about a lift? Sure, I could definitely throw in a lift to alleviate the rubbing issues and maybe even regain a bit of that aggressive stance I was initially after. But honestly, the small but noticeable hit to acceleration is enough to knock the fun factor down just a few notches for me. Knowing how snappy and responsive the Jeep was in the 35s makes me constantly think about going back. I don't even want to try to accommodate the 37s. So, here's the question for you, and maybe a slightly serious, slightly joking plea. Does anyone out there happen to be running 35-inch Mickey Thompson Baja Boss ATs and thinking about going to bigger 37s? Maybe we could work out a swap? Half joking, of course. Well, mostly. But seriously, this experience has been a real learning curve for me. While the allure of bigger tires can be strong, it's crucial to really consider the practical implications and how those changes will impact your vehicle's performance and your intended use. I'm definitely kicking myself in the ass for this decision, and it's a reminder every time I jump into the driver's seat. What about you? Have you ever made a modification to your vehicle that you later regretted? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your stories and maybe even commiserate a little. And if you're thinking of going from 35s to 37s on your Jeep, hopefully my experience has given you some food for thought. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video if you found it helpful, and subscribe if you feel so inclined. See you in the next one, and as always, crush your ego, inflate yourself, follow your intuition, and find your everyday.